The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly, broken only by the metallic gleam of Princess Hiram's massive starship. Her slender fingers traced the holographic display, tracking the tiny human vessel that appeared insignificant against the backdrop of her overwhelming military power. Jaewon sat in the small command center of his ship, his hands steady, eyes calculating. He knew the odds were impossible. One human ship against an entire alien fleet seemed like a suicide mission. But something burned inside him, a determination that refused to acknowledge defeat. The ship's warning systems began to chirp. Alien scanning beams probed every inch of the human vessel, searching for weaknesses. Jaewon remained calm, his breathing measured. Years of military training had prepared him for moments like these. Princess Hiram watched the human ship with a mixture of curiosity and contempt. Her species had conquered dozens of civilizations, and humans were supposed to be nothing more than a primitive footnote in galactic history. Yet something about this particular vessel made her pause. "Run a complete diagnostic," she commanded her lead navigator, a reptilian creature with multiple eyes that blinked in rapid succession. The ship's computer began analyzing the human vessel. Standard technology, minimal weapons, outdated propulsion systems. Everything suggested an easy target. But Jaewon was not an ordinary soldier. He understood something the aliens did not, that survival often meant thinking beyond traditional combat strategies. While the alien scanner searched for physical vulnerabilities, he was preparing something entirely unexpected. Inside the human ship's compact engineering section, Jaewon had been making modifications. Nothing dramatic, just subtle adjustments that would make his vessel behave in ways the alien technology could not easily predict. Princess Hiram's confidence began to show tiny cracks. The human ship was not responding exactly as her models predicted. Its energy signatures seemed to fluctuate in patterns that defied standard analysis. "Impossible," she muttered, leaning closer to the holographic display. The alien fleet surrounded the human vessel like predators waiting to strike, massive weapon systems charged, ready to obliterate what seemed like a helpless target. Hundreds of alien soldiers prepared for what they believed would be a simple elimination. Jaewon checked his systems one last time. A slight smile crossed his face, not of arrogance but of quiet preparation. The alien ships began their initial attack sequence. Massive energy weapons powered up, casting an ominous blue-green glow across the starfield. Princess Hiram watched, expecting the human ship to be instantly destroyed. But something strange happened. The human vessel did not explode. It did not attempt to flee. Instead, it seemed to shimmer. Jaewon had modified the ship's outer hull to create micro-disruptions in its energy signature. To the alien scanning systems, this made the vessel appear to be in multiple locations simultaneously. A simple trick, but one that would buy him crucial moments. Princess Hiram's composure began to crack. Her perfectly calculated invasion plan was experiencing its first unexpected variable, a human who refused to follow the script she had written. "Target lock is impossible," her navigation officer reported, confusion evident in his translated speech. The human ship moved with an unpredictability that defied standard combat algorithms. It was not running. It was not fighting. It was simply existing in a way the aliens could not immediately comprehend. Jaewon knew that in space warfare, confusion was often the most powerful weapon, and he was about to demonstrate that principle in its most pure form. As the alien fleet continued their attack sequence, the human vessel remained an enigma, a single point of resistance against what should have been overwhelming force. Princess Hiram realized something that would change everything. This was not going to be an easy conquest. The first contact between humans and the alien fleet was about to become something entirely unexpected. The tension inside the alien ship grew thick as Princess Hiram watched the human vessel's strange movements. Her crew worked frantically trying to lock onto a stable targeting system, but Jaewon had other plans. With careful precision, he began manipulating the ship's environmental controls. Small changes, almost invisible to standard monitoring systems, started creating electromagnetic disruptions. The alien ship's advanced sensors began to glitch, showing impossible readings. Princess Highrim's first lieutenant reported the strange anomalies. Holographic displays flickered, showing multiple ghost images of the human vessel. Some appeared to be in different locations, while others seemed to phase in and out of existence. Jaewon understood the power of confusion. Military training had taught him that a confused enemy was more dangerous to itself than to any external threat. He continued his subtle manipulations, creating a complex dance of electronic interference. The alien ship's communication systems began to receive scrambled signals. What should have been clear transmissions became a jumble of static and broken language fragments. Princess Highrim watched in growing frustration as her perfect invasion plan started to unravel. Inside the human vessel, Jaewon worked with calm efficiency. Each movement was calculated, each system adjustment precise. He knew he was fighting against technology far more advanced than his own, but human ingenuity had always been about finding unexpected solutions. Princess Highrim's reptilian skin began to show signs of stress, subtle color changes that her species displayed when experiencing extreme frustration. Her perfectly structured invasion plan was becoming nothing more than a complicated mess. The alien fleet started to react unpredictably. Some ships began to move in conflicting patterns, their navigation systems confused by the human vessel's electromagnetic tricks. What should have been a coordinated attack became a chaotic dance of massive starships. Jaewon activated another layer of his defense. Using the ship's communication array, he began broadcasting random frequency patterns. To the alien ships, it would appear like multiple communication sources, further adding to their confusion. "Impossible," Princess Highrim muttered, her voice a mix of anger and growing respect. No species had ever disrupted her fleet's systems like this before. The human ship continued its strange dance. It was not fighting. It was not running. It was simply existing in a way that completely defied the aliens' understanding of combat. Weapon systems on the alien ships began to malfunction. Targeting computers showed impossible scenarios. A single human vessel appearing in multiple locations, its energy signatures changing faster than any known technology could manage. Jaewon knew he was buying time. Each moment of confusion was a moment of survival. His small vessel had become a complex puzzle that the alien technology could not immediately solve. Princess Highrim's lead navigator reported complete system instability. Their most advanced scanning technologies were rendered useless by the human ship's unexpected behavior. It was as if the vessel was playing with their systems, creating a complex electronic game of cat and mouse. The first encounter was turning into something entirely unexpected. A single human ship was challenging an entire alien invasion fleet, not through traditional warfare, but through pure technological creativity. Jaewon allowed himself a small smile. Humans had always been good at finding unexpected solutions. Today he was proving that principle on the grandest stage possible, in the middle of deep space against a technologically superior enemy. Princess Highrim realized something fundamental was changing. This was not going to be the simple invasion she had planned. This was going to be a battle of wits, of unexpected strategies, of pure human determination. The electromagnetic dance continued. The human vessel continued to exist, impossible, unexpected, and completely undefeated. First contact was proving to be anything but ordinary. The alien fleet's initial confusion transformed into aggressive determination. Princess Highrim's elite combat units prepared for direct engagement, their advanced weaponry humming with deadly potential. Jaewon knew this was the moment that would define everything. His small vessel had multiple hidden systems, not advanced technology, but clever modifications that would turn the ship itself into a weapon. Maintenance corridors became potential attack routes. Thermal vents could become unexpected defense mechanisms. Every system was a potential tool of survival. The first wave of alien attack ships approached. Their sleek designs suggested impossible speed and precision. Massive energy weapons charged, ready to obliterate the human vessel in a single strike. Jaewon's fingers moved across the control panel with practiced efficiency. He wasn't trying to fight, he was trying to survive. Each movement was calculated, each system adjustment precise. The alien ships fired their primary weapons. Massive energy beams that could slice through planetary defenses burst towards the human vessel. But something unexpected happened. Jaewon had prepared a complex series of reflective shield modifications. The energy beams didn't destroy his ship. They bounced back, creating a dazzling display of redirected destruction. Some alien attack vessels found their own weapons turned against them. Princess Hirim watched in growing disbelief. Her perfectly trained combat units were being neutralized by tactics that defied all computational predictions. One human was outmaneuvering an entire invasion fleet. The human ship moved with an impossible fluidity. It wasn't large, it wasn't technologically superior, but it was adaptive in a way the aliens could not understand. Each attack was met with an unexpected response. Jaewon used the ship's communication systems as a weapon. Random frequency broadcasts created electronic noise that disrupted alien targeting systems. He turned communication into a form of electronic warfare. Thermal management became another unexpected defense. By carefully manipulating the ship's internal temperature and external radiation signatures, Jaewon made his vessel difficult to track. To the alien sensors, the human ship became a complex shifting target. Princess Hirim's frustration grew with each failed attack. Her species had conquered dozens of civilizations. They had technological systems that could predict and neutralize almost any threat. But this single vessel was breaking all their established rules. The battle became a complex dance. Alien ships attacked with overwhelming force. The human vessel responded with unexpected creativity. It wasn't about winning through strength. It was about surviving through intelligence. Jaewon understood something fundamental about warfare that the aliens did not. Technology was important, but adaptability was everything. His small vessel became a living, thinking entity, changing, responding, surviving. Some alien attack ships began to retreat. Their systems couldn't effectively engage a target that didn't follow any standard combat patterns. What should have been a simple invasion was turning into a complex nightmare. Princess Hirim's perfect invasion plan was falling apart. Her elite units, trained for countless galactic conflicts, found themselves neutralized by a single human vessel that refused to be a traditional target. The ship's maintenance systems became weapons. Emergency protocols were transformed into attack strategies. Jaewon used every single system as a potential tool of survival and resistance. Communication became confusion. Targeting became impossible. Attack patterns became meaningless. One human vessel was teaching an entire alien invasion fleet a fundamental lesson about warfare, about survival, about the unexpected nature of human determination. Princess Hirim realized something profound was happening. This was no longer just a battle. This was a demonstration of something much larger, the unpredictable nature of human resistance. The tactical engagement continued, with the human vessel dancing between destruction and survival, writing a new chapter in interstellar conflict. The battle entered a new phase where technology gave way to pure psychological confrontation. Jaewon understood that true warfare was not about weapons, but about breaking the enemy's spirit. Princess Hirim's communication systems began receiving strange transmissions. They weren't attacks. They were messages designed to create doubt. Carefully constructed audiovisual signals that played with alien perceptual systems, challenging everything they understood about conflict. Jaewon broadcast recordings that mixed human historical resistance moments with mathematical patterns that disrupted alien neural processing. Each transmission was a complex puzzle designed to create mental confusion. The alien fleet wasn't just fighting a ship, they were fighting an idea. His small vessel started sending synchronized frequency waves that mimicked the neural communication patterns of the alien species. It was like speaking directly into their collective consciousness, creating a sense of psychological invasion that went beyond physical combat. Princess Highrim watched her crew slowly unravel. Experienced warriors began showing signs of uncertainty. Their perfect military training collapsed against an enemy that didn't follow any known rules of engagement. The human ship's transmissions became increasingly complex. Historical human resistance stories mixed with mathematical algorithms. Images of human survival through impossible conditions played across alien communication channels. Each transmission was a weapon more powerful than any physical weapon. Jae-won understood that humans had survived countless challenges throughout history. Every transmission carried the weight of human resilience, stories of overcoming impossible odds, of fighting when logic suggested surrender. Alien soldiers began experiencing strange psychological responses. Some reported hearing voices that shouldn't exist. Others saw visual patterns that challenged their understanding of reality. The human vessel was fighting a war inside their minds. Princess Highrim's advanced monitoring systems couldn't categorize these transmissions. They weren't standard communication. They weren't traditional psychological warfare. They were something entirely new. A complex blend of information, emotion, and pure human determination. The ship's communication systems became a living weapon. Each broadcast was carefully designed to create maximum psychological impact. Historical human resistance moments played alongside complex mathematical patterns that challenged alien cognitive processing. Jae-won had transformed his vessel from a physical object into a psychological entity. It wasn't just a ship anymore. It was a living demonstration of human unpredictability, of the ability to survive and resist against overwhelming odds. Alien combat units started experiencing collective uncertainty. Their perfect military structure began showing unexpected cracks. Individual soldiers questioned their mission, their training, their entire understanding of conflict. Princess Highrim watched her invasion plan disintegrate. Her elite warriors, trained for countless galactic conflicts, found themselves fighting an enemy that didn't exist in traditional combat parameters. The psychological warfare reached a complex crescendo. Human resistance stories mixed with mathematical algorithms. Historical survival moments played alongside frequency waves designed to disrupt alien neural processing. Each transmission carried a message. Humans would not be easily conquered. Each signal demonstrated a species that understood survival was more than physical resistance. It was a state of mind. Alien ships began moving erratically. Their perfect formation dissolved. Individual units started questioning their collective mission. The human vessel had transformed from a physical target into a psychological nightmare. Jae-won never fired a traditional weapon. He didn't need to. His psychological attack was more devastating than any physical bombardment. He was fighting a war inside the alien consciousness, challenging their entire understanding of conflict. Princess Highrim realized something profound was happening. This was no longer just a battle. This was a demonstration of human psychological complexity, of a species that could turn survival itself into a form of resistance. The psychological warfare continued, with the human vessel becoming a living demonstration of human resilience, challenging an entire alien invasion fleet's understanding of conflict. The final moments approached with unexpected tension. Jae-won's small vessel sat surrounded by massive alien ships, yet somehow remained undefeated. Princess Highrim watched, her entire invasion plan reduced to a complex psychological puzzle. Communication systems suddenly activated, but instead of a final attack, Jae-won transmitted something entirely unexpected, a comprehensive data package about human history, survival, and peaceful coexistence. The transmission wasn't a threat, it was an invitation. Images of human civilizations played across alien screens. Cities, cultures, moments of scientific discovery, and extraordinary human resilience filled the communication channels. Each frame told a story of a species that had survived countless challenges. Princess Highrim noticed something profound. These weren't just images. They were a complex narrative of human potential. Mathematical equations about cooperation mixed with visual stories of human achievement. Her elite warriors watched in complete silence. The human vessel hadn't destroyed them. It had something more powerful. It had made them question everything. Jaewon's transmission carried a simple message. Humanity was not a target to be conquered. They were a potential partner in galactic exploration, complex diplomatic language mixed with scientific data. Mathematical models demonstrated potential collaborative opportunities between human and alien technologies. Each transmission suggested, not conflict but mutual understanding. The alien fleet's aggressive stance began to dissolve. Years of invasion protocols were being challenged by a single human vessel that refused to follow expected combat behaviors. Princess HFY realized her species had encountered something entirely new. Not an enemy to be destroyed, but a civilization to be understood. Jaewon's ship made no aggressive moves. It simply existed, a small point of resistance that had transformed into a potential point of communication. Alien communication systems began receiving detailed scientific research, cultural, information, and peaceful collaboration proposals. The human vessel became a bridge between two completely different civilizations. Mathematical models showed potential technological exchanges. Scientific research demonstrated areas where human and alien knowledge could complement each other. Each transmission carried an underlying message of potential cooperation. The massive alien fleet, prepared for total destruction, found themselves receiving an unexpected diplomatic communication. One small human vessel had transformed an invasion into a potential first contact scenario. Princess HFY's neural systems processed the incoming information. Her perfect invasion plan had become something entirely different, a potential moment of interstellar understanding. Jaewon's final transmission carried a simple statement. We can coexist. But understand this. Humanity will never be conquered. The words carried weight beyond their simple structure. They represented centuries of human resistance, survival, and potential for peaceful interaction. Alien ships began powering down their weapons systems. The complex psychological warfare had reached an unexpected conclusion. Instead of destruction, there was curiosity. Instead of conflict, there was potential understanding. Princess HFY made a decision that would change everything. She would report this encounter not as a failed invasion, but as a potential first step towards genuine interstellar communication. The human vessel remained surrounded, yet completely in control, not through weapons, but through an extraordinary display of human complexity. As communication channels stabilized, something remarkable happened. Two completely different civilizations found themselves on the edge of a potential peaceful interaction. Jaewon's small vessel had done what entire military systems could not. It had transformed an invasion into an opportunity for understanding. The vast darkness of space witnessed a moment of unexpected possibility. One human, one ship, had changed the course of potential galactic conflict. Humanity had once again demonstrated its most powerful weapon, the ability to turn impossible situations into opportunities for growth, understanding, and peaceful coexistence. The resolution was complete, not with weapons, not with destruction, but with communication, understanding, and an extraordinary display of human potential.